now. Welcome back to Real Talk Wrestling. Don't worry, we're working on the production side of things, Bobby. But we are here live tonight to discuss pro wrestling, man. It was in Italy, and our buddy Clutch, our guy, was there at attendance in both shows. I think you were at Raw and at Clash in Italy. And I have an opinion I want to get off my chest before we get into the deeper things. The Raw crowd was better. The Raw show was better. I enjoyed Raw more than I enjoyed Clash in Italy. I just had to get that out there. But as someone that was there live, Clutch, tell me I'm wrong.
I I want to tend to agree a little bit about this because I guess Raw is naturally the more you can be more interactive because of promos and other things going on. So and the Italian crowd took advantage of that. They were very loud in Clash, but they were also very loud at Raw with a few spots. And yeah, I actually do kind of agree with you in the sense that the Raw crowd was rocking.
Yeah. Especially when Opa Femi came out or the Roman segments. Like it was just nonstop. But Clash was just like it's the formatting. I like by the way, not complaining about the formatting of PLEs. I like it. It's 20-minute match or 25-minute match, 15 minutes of commercials, 25-minute match. So it's hard for people to clutch. Like what you're saying is Raw is just constant. People are doing
Yeah.
stuff, promos, where it's like, all right, match. Then I'm sure it's a lot of downtime in between matches. Clutch. Now that you're there, you've attended a PLE in this new era. How is that downtime? It must feel forever.
It does. You get the follow-up to the preview for the next match, then they'll do a few like commercials for whatever they got in the merchandise stand and things like that. That's usually around the time when people get up, go to the bar, get a drink, make it back right on time for the entrances. So it's if you time it right and it's actually a decent time as a live experience because you have the time. If you want to go to the bathroom, you can go to the bathroom really quick. You want to do this, you want to do that, you can wander around the arena, things like that. So for the live crowd experience, it's not that bad. It's not like on WrestleMania, if you're watching it as a viewer, you're like, holy crap, okay, when is this? Let's get this going.
No, I understand that. Now, Chris, I know you in the people watching around the world, I'm waiting for this moment for a while to see who the new um Real Talk Wrestling, not Real Talk Wrestling. We've retired that.
I retired it because no one could take it from me.
So we have the new.
They had to make a new belt.
Yeah, we made a new belt. So we'll go down the results real quick. It'll be quick. We all got Rio right, 5 points each, all of us.
Pretty easy.
Some idiot thought it was a good idea to have Sol Ruka win, so he picked him. Sol Ruka got Chris 1 point, and Clutch we got -1 point there. We didn't get negative. We just get points.
You got 0.
Yeah, we got 0. Clutch, you picked Fatu. Chris and I picked Roman. We all picked Brock. So it is what it is. And we all picked Cody. It's just the victory points, man. The victory point of the confidence points, they matter. Clutch, you had 11. Chris had 15. And we didn't count the bonus content who predicted the El Grande Americano match. No, I'm kidding. I had 14. So I'm off by 1. Man, stupid Sol Ruka. That's so stupid.
So what you're saying is
Fatu.
What's that?
He would have got me the title
if he would have won it. So Josh, are you here to say that I had a perfect card? I predicted everything right all the way down.
You did.
All the way down.
You did.
Told you they're not predictions, they're spoilers.
Yeah, okay.
Right here on the show. First ever no holds barred champion.
So this bullshit. Next PLE, we're having a new championship.
So does that just make me a double champion? Am I the belt collector now of the show?
No, Chris.
Collecting belts.
There's only one relevant belt, only one recognized belt here on the No Holds Barred Wrestling.
And who holds it?
You do. Until the next one.
Until you can't win it, and then you strip it and Give us a new one.
Until the next one. But yeah, I'm glad that's over. But we do want to run down the card because again, that happened since our last conversation. So Clutch, you were there. Chris, you didn't watch this, I'm assuming. You didn't watch this at all.
They priced me out.
All right.
Priced me out. But I did watch after the fact, catching up on some clips and stuff. I just didn't watch it live.
That makes sense. So the show opens up with Cody Gunther. To me, just a match, nothing special. Didn't really like it. I mean, I liked it, but just whatever. It was just a nothing match. How were the vibes in the arena at this point, Clutch? Because people were all over Gunther. They were cheering Gunther hard.
They were doing something which I didn't expect, and then I jumped onto the train right away. They somehow made it so they could sing Gunther's song, and they're going along with it. Everybody was having fun, and then as soon as like Cody's thing started, people started booing very loudly, but then immediately switched to Singing Kingdom, which was hilarious, and it was just very loud.
Loud. Yeah, it was loud. It was a hot crowd, like I said, but Cody wins. I don't really have anything to say about this unless you do, Chris, because it's just the same, more of the same Cody Rhodes.
Which is what we had thought it would be. They were going to stay the course, give us the same thing. I didn't think that they would change the title here.
The finish didn't land right with me. Gunther being under the ropes or having his foot on the ropes, and the camera didn't really see it. On TV, Clutch, the camera didn't show that well. I don't know how it showed like live. I don't know if you knew what was going on.
No, I saw it clearly under the rope. I thought they were going to call a break.
Okay, but they didn't, and I knew it. I knew it was either going to be a messed up finish, like an F finish, or a kick out, because WWE matches, especially big matches, they like to finish right in front of the hard cam, right in the middle of the ring, a certain way. And this one was like on the left, away from the hard cam. You could barely, it's not a good angle at all. And it's like 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. I guess we're doing this. I didn't know. I didn't think it was going to end the way that it did, but it is. Can I parlay the Sol Ruka Becky match into her promo on Raw? Because Sol Ruka won the title. Sure, Becky can move on to bigger and better things. But was that the most heelish promo ever by Sol Ruka on Raw?
The most heelish ever? No.
Not ever, but like she didn't come off as a freaking baby face.
Yeah, she seemed a little uncertain of herself, what she was supposed to say.
Yeah. I mean, am I being too harsh, Clutch?
I didn't catch it as heelish. Also, I was there like in the moment. People were just enjoying her, so I might be skewed a little bit over there. I didn't really catch it as heelish.
Okay, all right. Well, I want you to watch it back if you can, if you have time,
Yeah.
because man, it just, to me, it came off as her reading lines, memorizing what she's supposed to say instead of saying it, and she came off as Liv Morgan tone to me. So maybe that's where I'm getting it from. But anyway, good match, great match. I know people are into Sol Ruka. I know Chris thinks I'm a hipster, but I'm over it already before it started. Like, I'm so over it, man.
You're always immediately over the baby faces.
I don't think she's a baby face.
No?
Dude, her promo was like bad. I don't know. I just can't explain it. I can't explain how bad it was. I don't know. Maybe not bad as in like this doesn't make sense for her character, but maybe I'm just being too.
No, I get what you're saying, because I watched that promo too, and it did feel a little off. Like something about it was a little bit off. It didn't fit. And it's funny that you said Liv Morgan, because I was thinking the same thing with her, like long drawn out, how she's the champion. It was reminding me of
time. Like she was doing the same damn thing.
Yes.
Like,
I did pick up on that.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad that I wasn't the only one. But I'm like, she's doing her best Liv Morgan impersonation right now.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned Liv Morgan, quick funny story. Met Liv Morgan.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was a little meet and greet thing going on. And she's pretty much the same person you see on TV, which is hilarious. Because they were playing her theme song, her old theme song. And then she noticed. And then automatically started obnoxiously saying, "Play trouble, play trouble," and she was very heelish, and you know her tone of voice. It was funny.
Yep.
That's awesome. Trouble's a great song, by the way. It's a banger. They should have played it. I hope they did.
They did.
Of course they did. But anyway, anything on Sol Ruka but Becky? Do we care? I mean, of course, title change. It's cool, but do we care?
I care. I loved it. That was my favorite match of the night.
You didn't watch it, Chris.
You know why it was my favorite? Because I'm the only one that predicted it.
I will get to the best match of the night because it's right now. It's Oba and Brock. I know, Chris, you're not a Brock guy. Trust me, I'm not a big Brock guy either, but this match hit. This was Super Smash Bros, Mortal Kombat, like any kind of smashing buttons, Street Fighter. Like they just did move, kick out. Okay. I'm sorry, Chris. I know you're not like, oh, it's a big move guy.
So it was a typical Brock Lesnar match. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Just about
Because
5 to 7 minutes of just hitting moves?
Nope. Because there was a moment in the match, and Clutch can attest to this, that will go down in wrestling history. We're going to see this in all these videos, all these collages. When we get the when Obafemi retires, when Brock retires, when just stuff comes out. The moment where Obafemi picks Brock up from the Gamora lock, and you see Brock's face looking like a scared little baby, and Brock just tosses it, or Brock just gets that Clutch, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the craziest part? That was the best. That was the most memorable part of 2026 so far, right there.
Listen, in general, the crowd treated that match like it was the main event, like the match that they wanted to see go last and everything. They went insane for Brock, and they also went crazy for Oba. And it was just a back and forward with the crowd, enjoying every single spot, being like, oh, the kickouts, the Brock finally reversing the fall from grace, the power bomb into the F5. The crowd was insanely hot. It was probably the loudest it was that night.
It was by far the best match, most entertaining match. Say what you will about Brock and his only matches. That's fine. Like I told you last week, Chris, go watch Sami Zayn. It's the same match over and over. Go watch. It's literally the same match. Yeah, every wrestler is the same match. If you watch Kane, oh, he's going to the top rope. Oh, he's gonna miss. You know, he does the same things over and over and over.
Yeah, one of those big guy matches that it's 5 to 7 minutes of a couple moves.
Don't hate on Brock Lesnar.
That's it. I will hate on Brock Lesnar.
You can hate on Brock Lesnar, but don't hate him on a professional. On this wrestling. This was the best match of the whole year. And yes,
year.
Oh yeah, this was my favorite match of the year so far. It was the most memorable moment of the year, my favorite match. And yes, I did watch the El Grande Americano match.
That was my match of the year.
That's your match of the year?
That was an insane match. I loved it.
I have thoughts on that match. We could talk about it. Let's talk about it.
We should do it after. Let's wrap up the pay-per-view and then switch over to that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that right now. Because honestly, unless you really care about tribal, dude, because I think the tribal combat match was one of the worst matches I've seen all year. I did not like it at all. Because it's the opposite of what we got in AAA, the opposite of what we get in AEW. It's a typical fake hardcore match with fake props that look cartoony and no one's bleeding. And this is supposed to be tribal combat. It's just hard for me to buy into that, Clutch. And I am so sorry. I just wasn't into this match.
Yeah, kind of tribal combat without, and every single tribal combat we've seen, I don't think they've had blood at all. And you would expect it because it's supposed to be this like no holds barred, blood for blood, family feud, whatever. And it just doesn't have it. It had its moments where, yeah, the crowd was also into it. That you think Jacob was going to win and then back to Roman. But it was nothing that special. Like I said, the crowd treated the real main event as the real main event. And then tribal combat happened, it was fine.
It was just a match. And then, of course, Rhea and Jade had a banger match. Honestly, it was better than I thought. Might have been Jade's best match of her career. I don't know if it was better than her WrestleMania match because I didn't watch it. I heard it was good. But Chris, I will say Jade did okay. She did okay with Rhea. Yep,
Serviceable.
She was. She remembered her spots.
That's good. Some improvement.
Yeah. No, she did. Clutch. Am I wrong? She was good.
She did. She was good.
The crowd was into it. This was a hot match too. I just said on we did a post show on this, me and Bobby, and I said I just couldn't get past Jade's face. She doesn't look natural. She's always thinking about where I need to be, what do I need to do, and that was her biggest. I don't know if you got to see that up close, Clutch, because you were live there, but the whole match, you can just tell Rhea's telling her what to do, and she's just trying to figure everything out on the fly. But she executed. She did well. It's just you get taken out of the match because you just see her thinking about what's next. I don't know. But yes, the AAA match. We all saw it. Yes. I'm assuming Clutch saw it because you said it was match of the year. Why was it the match of the year? I loved it, but why? Explain how magnificent this match was, Clutch and Chris, both of you.
You had two wrestlers who were very underutilized and over talented, finally getting this spotlight where El Grande Americano, especially Kaiser, is being treated like he is the Rock of Mexico. He is that guy. And then you have Chad Gable, who goes over as this mega heel that nobody likes. And and then you have the dynamic of when they do this thing in the US, the script flips a little bit. They like Gable and they don't like Kaiser. But then you get to the actual match itself where they start ripping at each other's masks right away. And you know, like they do this trick in like Lucha Libre when they rip at the mask so they can find a place so they can bleed. And they did it for both of them. And it just had a lot of, I don't know it had that thing where it had a lot of energy, passion into the match. Even you probably don't know much of the story about the Kaiser's girlfriend who bought a ticket to be there and distracted Gable. And I just thought from start to finish, I was really into this match. And if I compare it to, like I always will, to any of the WrestleMania matches from this past year, this is top 2 if you add any WrestleMania match. And I just found it to be that good. And then you add the end of the reveal of Chad Gable. And honestly, I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm very skeptical about it. But both of them should be pushed and treated as great wrestlers that they are, because they put on a hell of a match. Good stuff to Undertaker, just setting stuff up in AAA and just letting them be themselves.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, I just thought it was super good match because you think about where it started. It was in WWE forever ago, and it was a comedy act, right? And it still kind of was being treated as a bit of a comedy act throughout its time in WWE. But as you had told me, and you guys informed me, over there, it was being taken very seriously. And even having not watched the matches and the promos and everything that was going on there, like I could tell that was 100% accurate just from watching that match. They made it into such a huge deal. The entrances were super long. They were extravagant, like I'm like, yeah, this is clearly a very big deal over here. And like Clutch said, it took 2 wrestlers that we all know and can see are underutilized. They have all the talent in the world. Maybe they just don't fit WWE's marketing picture. So maybe that's why they just never really get pushed. But like talent alone and storytelling and everything, like this just showed us what we all knew and have been wanting to see from these guys, that they could put on a match of this caliber. You could see the storytelling throughout the match. I was glad to see that they gave them, 33 minutes? So they gave them a long time. And it was just, everything about it was just really good. Their wrestling is really good. like Clutch said, whenever they started ripping into the mask so that they could bleed, it was adding to the drama of were they going to get revealed before the end, because they had to keep fixing their mask because they ripped them so much. And yeah, and then to get the reveal at the end. I don't know about you guys. I was shocked to find out it was Chad Gable.
Couldn't believe it.
Caught me off guard. But now my concern is, where do they go from here with that? Now that we've had our big blow off match, so Kaiser gets to continue on, but is it gonna he's gonna come back now and do a few matches, or is it gonna completely fizzle out by SummerSlam? And what do they do with Chad Gable now? I almost feel a little bad. This is another Chad Gable thing, and he got hurt. This guy subbed in, and now he's essentially lost the gimmick, and it was super over. And now it's like he's got to start over again. And I saw a clip or something from, I forget which former WWE wrestler said it, but Chad Gable should maybe just consider at this point, when his contract is up, leaving WWE and go somewhere else and be a megastar. Do like what Cody did, right? Cody could just never really get going. He couldn't elevate to that next level. And then he left. And then now he comes back, and look, he's been sitting at the top of the card forever now, it feels like. Does Chad Gable need to leave and do the same thing after we can all clearly see now the talent that he has?
You're right. But I don't think, and maybe I'm wrong, because we haven't seen it since Cody, going to the indies and reinventing yourself is kind of non-existent anymore because of AEW. Because now they just go there and make a bunch of money and don't do anything instead of going to the indies, because there's no more indies. The indie stars that people would pay for, like big money, like when Cody was wrestling Kenny and all these big namers on the independent level. Now there's AEW. So it's like those people that were wrestling on the indies that were big names are signed to AEW. So who's gonna? Have we heard anything of Karrion Kross? Anything?
No.
Anything? He was mega over. We want Cross. # no indies. They don't exist anymore. So I mean, they exist, but
they do. They don't. Yeah.
They weren't like when Cody was there. It just didn't exist. Cody.
No, it was
Cody's
a different ball game back then.
So that's tough. That's gonna be tough for Gable. But there's only really two options. It's WWE or AEW, and you can go to AEW and make a bunch of money and just not be used correctly, right? Like Bobby Lashley and who's the other guy? Shelton Benjamin that are there now. They're not being used right. They were just in a stadium stampede match with Jericho. What a joke. Or they can stay in WWE and just make a good living and live in catering and not beat up your body. I don't know what he's going to do, but I want to see more. But I don't think he's a big enough star in America because he doesn't he cuts a good promo. He's funny. He's hilarious. I love everything Chad Gable does.
Yep.
But no one's going to take him serious because he's too short. Seriously, he's too short. And he's been booked as a goofball for over a decade, it feels like. That's the issue. So it sucks. Because remember when he was going against Gunther, guys? He was going to win the IC title for his family. That was it. You had it. And then you said, no, we're good. We're not going to do it anymore. It's wild. This makes sense.
He's shown time and time again that, he's worthy of getting more screen time and having a bigger role. I'm not necessarily saying he needs to go out and win the world title, but he could be in the mid-card title. He could have that. He could maybe poke around at the bottom of the main event scene for times. I don't know that he's going to be the face of the company, but definitely more than what they've given him, because he feels like he's, a low-end jobber is the way they treat him, and he's got so much more talent. So I would like to see them. I don't know. It just kind of showed what we've always talked about. When people get over organically, it's almost like they get punished in WWE. Once again, it just shows if you just let someone do their thing, what they can become, and they can become a big star. I don't know why WWE always has to say, no, it's got to be our hand-picked guys before we'll let you have the screen time.
Because it's their hand-picked guys. Last word on the Americano match, because I watched it on Netflix. I was gonna watch it on YouTube. I should have. Did you watch yours on Netflix, Chris, or did you go search it out on YouTube?
You had told me how I could already just start watching it on YouTube, so I did.
So I watched the whole thing on Netflix. Bad idea. I think that's why I have a bad. The match was great, and again, I don't need blood to have a good match. Netflix blacked and white the goddamn match.
Really?
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. Yep. Anytime blood was in the scene, black and white.
Really?
And then they would cut to like color whenever the blood wasn't around. It was the most annoying thing in the world. So right when he got cut open, it turned black and white. And I was like, I have two options. I can pause this and go find this on YouTube and fast forward and spend like whatever X amount of minutes, or I can just stay here and just deal with this shit. I didn't know how much longer I had to deal with black and white wrestling.
There's a lot to go.
There was a lot to go. So I just watched the whole thing in black and white in entirety in Netflix. Again, I don't need blood to be the best match ever, but that just shows you guys my version of it versus your version of it. I guarantee if you watch it in the black and white for 20 minutes, it's not as fun. Oh man, I'm so upset.
Because it added, I will say it added to that match and the drama of the match. And as they're going along and you're looking around at the mat and it's getting more and more red, like it definitely added something to that match for sure.
Dude, when Chad took his mask off at the end and blood just started gushing out, did you notice that? He could barely even talk. What happened?
Yeah, he's just like trying to get it out of his face.
Was the mask like holding that gash in the whole time, you think?
I guess so.
Dude, it started just going everywhere. I'm like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah. He cut a little too deep.
Yeah, but either way, it was a great match. It's going to be in my top 5 of this year. I just had more fun because Oba and Brock wasn't black and white.
Can't penalize the match for that. You got to go back and watch it on YouTube.
I'm going to have to, but it's another 35 minutes, man.
Yeah, go watch it. It's worth it. It's a banger.
I know it's a
35-minute banger.
I know it's a banger. And I forgot I was going to ask you guys this question, but we already talked about it. Besides this match, because people are already calling it like a 5-star, one of the best matches of all time. What's the last best match? Now I had this planned out, and there's a reason. What's the last best match you guys can remember or seen, like on a pay-per-view, not live, just the last greatest match besides this one that you can say this was one of the greatest matches I've ever seen in my life?
We're talking like. You're asking recent, or even if recent, I rewatch something from years ago, or
recent timeline. Like you can't go back and watch a match from WrestleMania 18. Like I'm talking like recent, current day wrestling. Like when's the last time you said, "Man, that was fucking one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life"?
Drew and Punk.
Okay. It's acceptable. See, I'm drawing a blank too.
Yeah,
because I was thinking about it. Because when people are saying this is one of the greatest modern day matches ever. I'm sitting there thinking like I always go back to Shawn and Taker as the last greatest match I've ever seen.
I wouldn't have to go back that far. We've seen really great AEW matches during their prime. I know I don't have to go any further back than that. It's just I feel like maybe there was one or two in WWE and I just on the spot I can't think of it right now.
I just remember every spot from Shawn and Taker. I don't remember every spot from any match after that. You know what I mean? Like I remember like spots, but like I remember that match so well. No. So that's why I was trying to get that whole, because I wonder if down the line people are like, oh yeah, that Chad Gable Kaiser match or whatever you want to call it. They're going to remember that as spot by spot like we do Taker and Shawn. But Drew and Punk is good too, Clutch. I didn't think about that one because again, I remember some stuff, just not everything about it. That's why it got me thinking. I was downstairs making chicken nuggets before the show. Going, man, what is the girl? Anyway, Raw happened. King and Queen of the Ring happened. The brackets came out. We have Liv Morgan as the champion in the bracket. People are mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I think it's fine. The men's bracket's loaded, but I got some complaining to do.
Shocking.
Yeah, Bobby, I'm not even gonna say sorry. Fuck your fatal 4-way matches, man.
Agreed.
God, I hate them. I was so happy with the tournament. I'm like, oh, these tournaments looks good. This bracket looks good. They're like, oh wait, it's a fatal 4-way. That's so boring. It's so lame, and it makes it so obvious who's being pinned. You have three. You have one guy you can in every single fatal 4-way go or woman. Go. That's the one that's getting pinned in almost all of them. It's so predictable.
Yeah.
But I will say, Obafemi, I don't know how anyone's going to beat him. I just don't know. I just don't see how anyone beats him.
It's going to have to be Brock costing him at some point.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I mean, after winning that match, he went on the mic and called him a coward and said, "Hey, it's 1-1."
Yeah.
That might be enough to pull Brock back out at some point and cost him King of the Ring. Unless he wins King of the Ring and then Brock costs him the title whenever that comes.
SummerSlam, but we're expecting SummerSlam to be Brock and Oba.
Yeah, so at that point in my head, I just think he needs to cost him King of the Ring in some way.
At the final match.
Mm-hmm. The Saudis get to see Brock, even if it's a run-in. I can see it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just pulling up the bracket right now, to be honest, because I want to make sure I have everyone. There it is right here. So Obafemi beat Penta, Solo Sikoa, and Carmelo Hayes in one of the most predictable matches of all time. But hey, it was a fun match.
Yep.
I said this on No Holds Barred post show for the PLE for Italy. It's impossible to book Obafemi now. Now, Clutch, you've watched him in NXT. Chris, we're just getting used to him. But if you have him beat Brock Lesnar and you have him taking 7 F5s to get beat by Brock Lesnar, then he should be squashing everybody on the roster because that's what Brock Lesnar does. Yeah. Brock Lesnar squashes Kofi in 3 seconds. Brock Lesnar squashes Ricochet. Brock Lesnar squashes everybody. Why is Obafemi having 15-minute matches, man? But he can go toe-to-toe with the guy that squashes everybody. It's going to be impossible to book Obafemi moving forward.
The hilarious thing that happened in the introductions of the match is how Obafemi came in, destroyed everybody, and continued with his entrance like nothing happened, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. But then he should have squashed everybody if you're booking him as a Brock Lesnar. Because do you think Brock Lesnar would have gone 20 minutes with these guys? Brock would have went F5, 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 pinned them all, 1, 2, 3.
I think that's why they had the other guy at ringside, Talatonga, to kind of take him out for a moment, and then that's when they had the moment where Oba got up and just killed everybody afterwards.
Yep.
I think that's the reason to make the match a little longer.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It definitely does make sense. So the one that's going to be facing him, though, is the winner between Mysterio, Dom, Braun Breaker, Trick Williams, and Damian Priest. I'm assuming this is happening on SmackDown, or I don't know. There's three other tournament. There's 3 other Fatal 4-way matches still to go to, but there's no one really. Even Braun Breaker, you can't make him win because then you don't want Braun Breaker taking an L to Obafemi all of a sudden. I don't know. I think it's gonna be someone probably like a Dom Mysterio somehow because it'd be funny to watch Dom get his ass beat to Oba, and it won't hurt him. You know what I mean? Like it won't hurt Dom at all.
Yeah.
Put some in a high profile match. I don't know. How would you guys book that? Breaker? Trick?
That's a tough one. Because on one side, I would have said Breaker if they were going to continue the Seth thing, and then Seth can maybe get involved. But it seems like that was it on Monday.
Yeah, that's over.
So I don't know what you would do after that.
I do think it's going to be Dom. Just to get him on. It's a PLE, right? Those singles on a PLE? Or are they not? Just the finals?
No, just the finals.
Okay, never mind then. So anyway, we'll probably put Dom there. On the other side, we have Rollins, Javon Evans, Tonga, and Ricky Saints. Didn't Ricky Saints get kicked out?
I think so, yeah.
This is on the official. I'm on the official WWE.com website though, so they still have Ricky Saints in the tournament.
Yeah, that thing I had sent you was saying that Ricky Sainz was out, Talatonga was out, and it was Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre
in that match specifically. Okay. Well, if that's the case, WWE.com needs to update it. That's a big match. Rollins, Drew, Evans, and who was the other guy? Sami Zayn.
Yeah, but
I don't know who's taking
Zayn's on the graphic there, right?
Chris.
Is he not on yours?
No, not on my WWE. If you guys go to WWE.com, it's not updated at all.
See, if you have Drew in there, I could see the finals being Drew and Oba, and then Brock costing Oba, and then Drew wins King of the Ring.
Mm-hmm. To wrestle Roman.
Full
Right,
circle.
Yeah, but that story is so. I don't know. I like the idea. I mean, I like that idea. I'm not gonna hate that idea at all because the heel
Or
has to
Cody
win.
again.
Cody again, yeah. But a heel has to win. Heels always win King of the Ring. I mean, yes, I think Cody won it once, but it's rare. Usually heels win. So let's just say, okay, the next bracket, I like this idea. Jey Uso, LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Finn Balor. I think Uso's got to win that one. Jay, they're going to build him up. Again, I think they're rebuilding him up. I think it ends, by the way, with Jay leading the bloodline at the end of the day. Just want to point that out there. When it gets there, we can talk about it maybe in 2035. But I
When
think
we make it to the ninth inning.
Yeah, eventually. Jay was just way too happy on Raw to see Jacob. And then they had that moment where Jacob and Jay were facing off, and Roman's like, "Yo, you're with me." These are signs, guys. Something's gonna happen with Jay and Jacob.
Yeah.
100%.
Also, the backstage segment they had Roman telling Jay, "There's two ends to the table," and yeah, he's building Jay back up, and then we'll see how everybody else, especially Jacob, react to that.
Yep. So I think Jay has to come out of that bracket, but very interesting brackets on the men's side. Women's side, I just don't see how anyone else can win this besides Liv Morgan. How do you have your champion lose? I guess the fatal four way, she just doesn't get pinned. But I can easily see Liv Morgan winning this match, literally winning, and then facing Rhea Ripley, and then they have a mega match, and we have Liv 2 belts. That'd be so freaking cool. Could you imagine how obnoxious she'd be on both shows?
Yeah,
it'd be ideal, honestly, for ratings and for everybody else. But the first match, Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, and Chelsea Green. Thank you for coming, Chelsea. You're getting pinned. I don't know by who. The next fatal four-way, Sol Ruka, Valkyria, Charlotte Flair, and Jade Cargill. Who do you think's winning this one, Clutch?
Repeat: Charlotte Flair, Valkyria. Who else?
Jade and Sol Ruka.
I think. Ooh, Jade and Charlotte take each other out because they have beef.
Yep.
So it's either Valkyria or Sol Ruka. Probably Sol.
Yeah, probably Sol to face Liv. Makes sense. And then we already have Io Sky advanced. She beat Roxanne Perez, the worst woman wrestler in the business. Julia and Lash Legend. She's the worst. Dude, she's the worst, man. Give me Maxine
Strays out there, huh?
No, that's not even a straight. She is the worst. But Io Sky should have won this match. Down below, we have Bailey, Raquel Rodriguez, JC Jane, and Kiana James. See, here's the
win that.
JC Jane's winning that. I was going to ask you. That's the crazy thing is she's a sleeper because I know they're probably building her up for the main event or into a main event spot. So you think JC Jane's going to win? Do you think she's going to beat Io Sky?
I think that's the final. JC Jane and Io Sky.
That can't be the final. They're in the same. They're
on the same side. Yeah, they're on the same side of the bracket.
I think, but I do think one of those two is winning Queen of the Ring because on one side, it'd be kind of cool after seeing the whole tag team thing to finally get Io versus Rhea for the title. And then on the other side, you have JC, who you're building up a star for the main event. Let her have it.
I agree. I wouldn't mind any of those. I don't want Io to win.
It's too bad that Blake Monroe didn't get there in time because she would have been good in that tournament.
Yeah, she'll probably be there next year, and I'm sure she'll get called up very soon. Is she already called up?
She showed up on SmackDown once in the backstage, and then there's another coming soon vignette. So I assume she's there within the next 2 weeks.
Right on. So here's my thing: if Io wins, she's a baby face. She's on Raw. It'd be a pretty heelish thing to do. To say I'm going to fight Rhea Ripley, right? She's a baby face on Raw. Why would she want to go take her best friend's title?
No.
Unless someone's turning heel. I don't know. I do think Liv Morgan's going to win the whole thing eventually. I would love to see Liv Morgan 2 belts. She's the hot, and I mean this as in a like wrestling terms. She's the hottest star on in the women's world.
Yeah.
I know Mercedes Moné just returned last night, but even I can admit that Morgan is a better wrestler at this current day and time. All right, at this current day and time, Liv is better than Mercedes, but we'll see. Mercedes just got back.
She's done.
She's not done. What are you talking about?
How long has it been since she's been relevant? How long has she been on AEW? How many weeks now has it been?
I don't know. She just came back from a long vacation.
Vacation?
Yeah. Yeah, Chris. Did you guys hear Mick Foley's going to wrestle one more time?
I heard he said he could.
Yeah. He's going to wrestle MJF. You guys going to watch that?
That sounds like a very 2019 WWE matchup.
TNA. More like it.
Real quick, Josh. Mercedes has been on AEW since March 13th, 2024.
There you go.
How many weeks since March 13th, 2024 have they had 1 million viewers?
Doesn't matter, Chris. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He made so many claims that he was going to be an every week thing.
It wasn't.
What is she? For how many weeks?
Doesn't matter, Chris.
100 and something now.
Anything else that happened on Raw you want to talk about, Clutch? Because it was a good show. It was a really good show. Chris, what are those stairs that come down that was distracting me the entire show? Those long stairs that are like, what are those? Did you walk down those?
Yeah, the stadium was a weird Coliseum type thing where the first floor entrance is on the second level of the arena. So the only way to get to the floor is through those steps.
So if you're on the other side of the steps, like the other corner, you got to walk all the way to those steps?
No, there's 2 of them.
Okay, because I only saw the one. Okay,
yeah.
That makes sense. Anyway, that was a cool little card over there in Italy. Anything else you want to add from Raw that we maybe not saw because you were there? Anything happen? Anything crazy? Any stories?
No, nothing else. I mean, Paul Heyman being speared through a barricade, that got a big pop.
That was wild.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to die. Yeah. But can I say something? I fast forward like half of this match, man. I do not care about Seth Rollins anymore. Seth Rollins, to me, he was one of my favorites. But he's become the guy who will just always be there, but never on the top anymore. Like he's reached his peak. He's at like Roddy Piper level, where you're always going to be in the main event, but you're never going to be the guy. And honestly, you never were the guy. That's sad.
He was the guy for a little bit.
Roman was always the guy.
But I saw, what is it? More people from, is it just time to disband the Vision? Get rid of them? Because I thought I saw reports that 2 more of them are hurt again.
Yeah,
I thought
Logan Paul's out for at least 6 months.
Yep. He is out. And then I saw a video that Braun Breaker was hobbling around afterwards. Like someone took like secret like hotel video of him type thing. And no, like he was like really hobbling really bad. Like it looks like he's legit hurt again. So if Logan's out, he's out. Like it's time to do away with this group. It's been cursed.
So before we go, when I was fast forwarding this match, I saw Montez Ford run in. Montez Ford made a run in, and you know what I thought? I stopped it, rewound it. I said, "Oh shit, Ford's finally turning heel. He's joining the Vision." So all I saw was Ford come out. and I thought he was literally joining the fucking Vision. Boy, was I wrong. God, that was to me. I'm sorry. I don't care about the Street Profits. I don't care about. I'm over the Vision. I'm over Seth. I know it was the main event. I know people cared. I'm actually glad it's over to see Braun Breaker do other things, and I want to see Seth Rollins do other things.
Yeah.
So let's move them on. Well, that was the show. That's the show. We'll be back next week talking more nonsense here on the No Holds Barred Wrestling channel. That's El Ginger Americano, your new champion. I have to admit it.
And still.
Yep, he's the champion. Clutch. Next time we got to get him. What is the next card? Is Night of Champions the next pay-per-view?
Yep.
We'll see if I'm going to defend it that one. I don't know that if I need to. I don't care that it's Night of Champions. It might be time. We'll make a mid-card title for you guys.
He doesn't do Saudi shows.
The new rule of the new title is it's defended every week. So if you're not here, it's stripped, Chris. That's the new rule. If you don't like it, talk to Bobby, brother, because I didn't make these rules.
Anything you can do to try and take the title away.
That's right. I'm the evil
stipulations.
I'm the new Adam Pearce. I'm the evil heel GM. Although they're trying to make him the heel GM.
This is like late '90s, early 2000s. The what is it? The Authority. That's who you are right now. The ultimate heel. Trying to do everything you can. I'm just the Rock out here, trying to win, getting screwed over left, right, and center.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Peace out.
All right.